am Bishop Dr. S. Janine Hyman. I am the Chancellor of Kingdom Concepts School of Ministry. I want to encourage you, hurry, 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 and register. Registration is only going to be open about 48 more hours, April the 21st, 2022. We are moving into our term 2. You don't want to miss this course. Listen, if you missed our last course, these are my children, the legacy, ancestry, and history of the African American. I'm telling you, you missed foundational truths as they relate to who we are, who God has deemed us and commissioned us to be as a people of the diaspora, and who we are not. Some things they never wanted us to know. So if you missed that course, we're going to be recapping in this next course that is based off of much of the work of a former colleague, the late Dr. Kobe Cambone, considered the father of Black psychology. Just made his transition not so long ago. But this course is going to deal with one of the greatest threats to our survival as an African American people, according to Dr. Cambone, and that is the cultural misorientation, cultural misorientation of the African American. That's right. He says that when we are stripped of our culture, our worldviews, our standards, our values, and even our perception of ourselves, that is the greatest threat to the thriving of our people. And so this course is going to revolutionize us. We're going to look at, has Black been hacked? Okay? Because much of what we read, even in terms of biblical literature, started with African peoples. And it was taken and repackaged and sold to us like it wasn't originally ours. A lot of our history has been hijacked. And we're just finding out some things now, even in terms of what is owed to us as a people who built a nation on Black backs and never got rewarded for it. And so we're going to look at, has Black been hijacked? Black been hacked? We're going to look at some things that are inherently African that we thought were European. We're going to also look at, things are falling off my table, y'all. We're going to also look at whitewashed. What happens when the culture is stripped? What happens when African Americans are rewarded for denying, suppressing, and even renouncing their uniqueness and authenticity? We're going to look at African practices and our placement in scriptures. Some has been hidden by transliteration, but we're going to see we all over the place. In fact, we started to join. So we're going to look at that. One thing that many churches are beginning to address now is the concept of mental health, something that's been very taboo among the Black community for a long time. We're going to look at some of the cultural practices that are their responses to years of oppression. And those responses, some of them now, chicken has come home to roost, and we're seeing consequences of that. Some of it we just think is immoral. It is survival techniques that have continued from generation to generation through oral tradition or through modeling that behavior or those things. We're going to look at that. We're going to see what our differences are. I believe every group, every nation, every tribe has differences that God ordained. And when we maximize what those differences are, those strengths are, then everybody who's at the table can benefit. However, when that's stripped from you and you are fed a new narrative about yourself that we internalize, that's another kind of pathology. So we're going to look at some of the mental health issues that emanate from over 400 years of oppression. and we're going to look at it from a different rubric. And then we're going to look at transformational pieces that will cause us to go back to our roots, go back to our God. We love the last couple of words in the stanza of our Negro National Anthem. Uh, uh, May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. We can't be true to something we know nothing about. And so we want you to join us this Thursday, 8 power packed weeks for cultural misorientation, returning to our roots and returning to our God. You will see the information for registering. And yes, we have installment plans. This course, 8 weeks, is only $347. We've already discounted it. And if you are a KCSM student who qualifies, you will get a further 15% discount. So that's this Thursday. We want you to sign up. Listen, if you are a preacher and you don't know the nature of the oppression of your people, if you don't know how God has crafted us and what our assignment to the nations are, then what kind of liberation are we preaching? If you are a mental health practitioner, if you are a physical health practitioner, if you somebody's mama or daddy, big mama especially, we need you in this course. If we don't know what's going on with our people and what God has destined us to do, we don't understand the assignment, and we are perpetuating what's already been done to us, still whitewashing our own selves. How about that? So we want to see you in class. You, and especially you. You a preacher, you can't afford not to take this class. You call yourself a prophet, you definitely can't afford not to take this course. So please come study with us. That is starting this Thursday, April the 21st, for 8 weeks, starting at 8 p.m. EST. The registration information is above. We look to see you in class as we reconstruct and as we heal and mend who we are as a people. I promise you, the devil don't want you to know this, because the devil don't want us to get together and rise up and take our own destiny into our hands. Again, I'm Bishop Esteem Hyman. I hope to see you in class.